Hey there, I'm Lonnie Hashimoto, a patient experience consultant, and I'm here as a part of the DIA 2025 Global Annual Meeting Planning Committee. And our patient impact on product development track 5, it has invited patient speakers to all of our sessions. And today I get the honor to meet with one of our DIA 2025 patient partners, Mackenzie Abramson. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks,
and
Lonnie.
Tell me what got you interested in DIA and being a patient partner.
Yeah, so I'm a rare disease patient. I was diagnosed in my mid-20s, but my first major medical emergency, I was only 18 months old. So it took 25 years to get a diagnosis.
Wow.
And since I got my degree in public health, I decided to use that power and my advocacy power and combine them together. And so I reached out to DIA because many people that are on the planning committee, you, Stacy Hurt, a few others have told me about DIA and said, Mackenzie, this is your place, like you need to be here. And so I started talking to people and decided that this is what I wanted to spend my time doing this year, because I think that bringing the patient voice into everything is really the only way that we're going to see any sort of future for clinical work, for research and development, for kind of every aspect of the healthcare system.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. And DIA, we're priding ourselves truly on being a patient-included meeting.
Yeah.
So whether that's patient advisors as a part of the overall planning, on the agenda development, in the advisory board, as patient partners here at the event, and patient speakers at some of our programs. I think you've already been to a couple of sessions, and then you were in one of the innovation theaters today. How's the experience so far?
Yeah, so I got to participate in a diamond session and then the solution room afterwards, and it was really cool to be able to actually get into the nitty-gritty and not just have people sort of talk at you. It was a very interactive experience, which not a lot of meeting spaces like this allow for. And so when you're bringing together government, academia, nonprofit, industry, and patients, you're going to get all these different perspectives. And I think that it was just really neat to hear. I had a resident at my table who was like, well, here's my experience as a doctor. And I was like, well, here's my experience as a patient. Do you see how they're really different? And so being able to get all of those opinions together in the same space, I think has been really cool. And then just walking around and meeting everyone has been wonderful. Everyone's so friendly. There's a lot going on, lots of fun swag around. It's really great.
Oh, well, I'm glad it's been a good experience so far. And we got a couple days yet for you to see more. What other things intrigue you about the meeting? This is your first DIA.
Yes.
Welcome. Are there sessions or exhibits, or is there a track that jumps out at you?
Yeah, so I really like all of the, like I said, I'm a rare disease patient, so anything specific to rare disease, I'm there. And also anything that does include, patient engagement, patient experience, I just want to learn more about, because as a patient advocate, that's kind of what I do. I work in community engagement, I do my own consulting, and so really just trying to bridge that gap between life sciences, healthcare providers, and what patients actually want versus what they just perceive that we want. And so I really enjoy anything in kind of that realm. And then also the continued learning experiences. So as a patient partner, I've been offered and really grateful for the experience to be a DIA member for the next year. And I get to participate in learning courses if I want. There's lots of education that I can do. As a board certified patient advocate, I have to do continuing education credits. So how wonderful that I get all of these ones that are in my space now. And because that's not really a thing. We don't have, you have continuing education for medical doctors and for pharmacists, but not really for patient advocates. And this actually kind of works out wonderful because there's a patient advocacy group or engagement group.
Yeah. And have you actually joined the patient engagement
I have not yet.
Community?
I was going to walk around and try to meet some people while I'm here.
Hi, I'm a member of the patient engagement community. I'll be sure to introduce you to some of my friends.
Wonderful.
Gloria and Holly lead and co-chair that community, and I'm sure they are both here. Holly is a frequent speaker here at DIA, so I hope that she will get a chance to meet you face to face.
I would love that.
Yeah, we will do that. So let's see, we talked about your experiences. So I'm thinking about some of those that you advise in your day-to-day life. So you leave here, I hope, learn a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Meet more new best friends, right? What's something that for those folks that you advise as a patient expert and as a rare disease expert with all this lived experience, are there things that you were supposed to especially want to accomplish while you were here, or you really want to take back?
Yeah. So I think that my biggest piece of advice, just as like a lived experience as expert in the life sciences space, is that when we're looking at patients and what we need to do to accomplish business goals, your biggest return on engagement and return on investment is upstream investing in the patients. And so if I can convince anyone of anything while I'm here, it's leave here and convince your team members that if they invest in the patients, their KPIs, their OKRs, everything will be that much closer to being accomplished, because you're investing in the people that you're serving at the time where it actually matters, not when you need to be rescued and it's too late. And so if we take
more expensive.
And way more expensive. So if we can kind of take everything back a step and make patients a line item from the beginning versus a rescue item at the end, we're just going to see better outcomes all around.
I bring you greetings from the rest of our patient impact product development track. I'm here to represent, they're here and around. But Meg and Vicki and Stacy all say thank you for being a part of our program this year. For you, I know I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, but what does patient impact in product development mean, or what would you like to see in future years?
Yeah, so patient impact in product development, what I think it means at its root cause is if you are coming out with a product, a good patient impact means having patients that want to be compliant on your product or use your medical device properly and in a long term, like at its longevity. You don't want a one and done situation. You don't want your your biologic to be like, I just had the worst experience, I'm never doing this again. And so patient impact to me means, again, going back, patients are the line item up front so that your outcomes are the best they possibly can be. And that's how you know you've actually made a good impact, is you have a patient that leaves saying, oh, I'm never going to go to any other company because, XYZ said that this and their product actually worked so well, and they took care of me, and they listened to me, and they heard me. And so that is having a patient impact both upstream and downstream that I think is really important.
That was beautifully put. Thank you. That was really lovely. Bonus question. If someone was thinking about being a patient partner for DIA in the future, they wanted to apply, what would you tell them in terms of either preparation or like?
Do it. Reach out to anyone who's been to DIA. Like I said, I feel like especially in the rare disease space, you kind of know everyone. Our little, Savina, Patrick, everyone that's kind of been here has all said, like, let's get together, let's chat, and they all had nothing but good things to say. So just talk to someone, ask what it's like. The application process was not difficult at all.
Good.
Then you get to talk to really great people who work at DIA. You get to start connecting with everyone, and like I said, just kind of like diving into everything was really cool, because I feel like I'm relatively young in my career. I feel like it opened up a lot of doors to like the education possibilities that I didn't know were in our space before.
Well, thank you again, Mackenzie. I really appreciate your time, and thank you to the DIA for the chance to help with these patient partner interviews. I'm Lonnie. This is Mackenzie.
Thanks.
Thanks again.